Things I didn't like about the show. That Boy's Detective. So, it's been a while since I posted a video talking about something that I watched, but mainly because there was nothing good to talk about it, or something not really bad to talk about it. But I was surprised this week by a show that I wasn't expecting much, but I got a lot. And I'm talking about the new Netflix show called That Boy's Detective. And before anything, in this video, there won't be any spoiler. So let's start. So basically, That Boy's Detective is a show about the comics stories about the That Boy's Detective. One of them has been in hell and the other one also died. And as ghosts and escaping death, they help other ghosts and supernatural creatures to solve their cases, and some of them move on. So I think probably everyone have heard about Sandman, the Netflix series that also came from the comics. Basically, the That Boy's Detective is from the same comics in the same universe. So in the story, we get some of the endless, which is a great thing, and one of the things that I was expecting a lot for the show. And if you haven't watched Sandman yet, it's a great show. Everyone should watch it.
It's as natural to die as it is to be born.
But about That Boy's Detective, I was a bit scared to start watching because I loved Sandman. And knowing that it was from the same universe, I was expecting a lot. And when I saw the trailer, I got a little bit worried about the fact that, oh, young people, please. Young people on Netflix hands, it usually doesn't turn good. And I remember when I started watching the first episode, in the first minutes, where the third main character is introduced, that it's a girl who is a psychic and is possessed by a demon. Again, not a spoiler, that's the synopsis of the show. It happens in the first 5 minutes, so you know what the show is about. In those first minutes, I thought, oh, this is going to be goofy, this is going to be bad. But I was really surprised to see that it was the opposite of that. If you watched Sandman, you know that Sandman is a bit dark. Sandman is more, how can I say it? Sandman is more deep, more quiet, and this show is not as dark as Sandman. We have action, we have things happening all the time, but in a good rhythm. But it's not as dark as Sandman, but it goes as deep as Sandman, at least for me, when I talk about what happens in the show, the supernatural part, and how we get immersed in this universe that is amazing. I mean, the whole construction of this universe is simply amazing, and I really need to read the comics because I'm in love with it. In almost every story, we have that dynamic with two boys and one girl, and there is kind of a triangle that usually always go to the same direction. But this show, we get some of that, but I feel that the dynamic between those three is really good, especially when after the first episodes, when they start connecting. And it's a good thing about the show, we have a lot of flashbacks telling the story of each character, and I love the part that each character has a background story that is as deep as the main story. We have each character, the way they are is because of something, and we get a really beautiful story for each one of them. I mean, beautiful, saying that it was well done and well produced. And I didn't read the comics, but from what I've heard, it's really similar. Like I said, they are running from death because death wants them. You are dead. You are not supposed to be here.
This sweet moment got really heavy.
And it's funny to see how they solve those mysteries, and at the same time, they're helping people to move on, but they're still running from death because each one of them has a reason to be doing what they are doing. And another good point about the show, it's the fact that even though we have those little stories each episode, the whole main story and the way the characters develop is really great, and it's happening during the process. Even though we have some stories throughout the episodes, they are all together in a way. In some shows, some things happen in the last episode and in the next one they just forget, but in the show what happened in one episode will be or will change what will happen in the next episode, so they don't forget the details of the things that happen. One thing that I really loved about the show is that we have a villain, and it's not like the other new shows that, oh, the villain is just someone who is broken by society, and the power of love can fix you. No, we have a real villain. We have someone who is a villain. That person, not going to give any spoiler, is bad. That person is evil. You don't have to worry about hating them. They're just evil and that's them. Of course, this story is really good and have an explanation and a background story for each character, even though they're not the main characters. But that character is evil. That character is the villain, and that's it. That's it. But besides that, we have other stories in the mix. Because another thing that I really loved about this show is the fact that while things are happening to the group, each character has a story besides the group. There are this group, there are the cases, but each one of them has their stories happening throughout the season. And before I continue with anything, I really need to ask for your like in this video, because that helps a lot. This is a super hyper duper small channel and I'm trying to grow it, so that helps me a lot. Also, comment about my hair because it's looking really cute. Or if you want me, you can subscribe. Please, that helps. So, continuing to talk about the series, I know I'm too excited. I wasn't expecting anything from it. I was expecting like, oh, it's a good, okay show. Nah. But I was really surprised by the fact that the moment I finished an episode, I wanted to know what happened in the next one. So I watched the whole series in one row. I couldn't stop watching because I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more each character because you kind of connect with each character in a different way. And talking about the supernatural part, it's really good. It's really good. Not only the ghost part, but all the supernatural world, some of the endless hell, and I really need to mention that why hell is always my favorite place in every show. There is something wrong with me. I need hell. But also we have other kinds of creatures that you found out because you are going to watch that show because it's good. And I need to really mention, I hate cats normally, but we have a cat king. And the cat king, yeah, we have some gay parts on the show too, and that's great. I loved it. And the cat king, I don't know, it's the kind of, I'm not giving you any spoiler, but I would like to be chased by him. I'm just going to say that. Another thing that I need to really mention that I liked about the show, and it was one thing that I thought I wasn't going to like, it's the editing. The way things move, the way I scene go to another, or when it starts the action parts, I like the action parts too. And it's just the movements, the way it goes suddenly fast, and then it slows down and you get the character's expression. And then we have some comical parts too, but it's added in small pieces, in good moments. We have this character, I'm just going to say Nico. She's amazing. She's probably my second favorite character. The first one is one of the boys. Yeah, it's the British accent. Yeah. But Nico, she's so fun to be around because as the show starts, you don't give nothing to her, but you can't stop loving her. And like the other characters, she has her own dilemmas, her own trauma, her own story throughout the season, and I don't know, I just love her. I really love her.
Maybe you can even be somebody with a bank account.
Things I didn't like about the show. Really nothing. I really loved the show. It's supernatural, it's fresh, it's funny to watch. You cry because there are emotional scenes too. I loved the action parts, and hell, I mean, I love when a show knows how to portray hell like it should be. I don't know why I keep defending hell. Also, I love the fact that it's really super different from the Sandman, but it's in the same universe, so you get information of how this universe works. I don't know, I'm really excited about the season 2 of Sandman, and I can't wait for the season 2 of That Boy's Detective. I don't say that much, but this time Netflix did a great job. I don't know. Maybe I'm broken inside, or maybe Netflix is starting to like produce good things. I'm excited about the future because they have Narnia in their hands. So this was this video. It was just to talk about the show that I really loved. I hope you enjoy it, and again, comment about my hair because it's looking super cute. Also, please like the video, that helps me a lot like I said before, and subscribe to this channel. I really need this channel to grow, please. Love y'all. Remember to live proudly because you're fucking special. Bye. Happy Pride Month. Woo! Bye. You can go now. Bye.
Because you fucking suck.
You do seem to suck, girl.